What's up, everybody? Week 5, we're back with no one else. It's your two hosts.
Just the gang.
Yeah, it's your boys. You got Josh, you got Tyler. We're talking football. We're talking specifically our lovely league here. And a bit of bullshittery that's been happening this week in the NFL. Pisses me off. But forget about that. Tyler, how you doing on this lovely night?
Josh, we're doing so great. Got some nail biter fantasy matchups I'm keeping my eye on tonight, and in our league, Gabe and I's game really coming down to the wire. Xavier Worthy, Travis Kelsey. So I'll be keeping my eye on the scores while we're recording tonight.
Hey, that's nice. My match is decided. Taking the L to Mr. Victor.
Man,
Still
how you
waiting
gonna
on
lose
the
to Vic?
punishment.
He's really good, but
Dude, I don't know. And honestly, I don't care to talk about it. We'll
okay.
get into a little bit more of why he's good later, but it doesn't matter right now. Because you know what? That's a feel bad topic. You know what's a feel good topic? The game last night. Who needs fantasy football when you can just have normal ass football, the real deal? Drake May taking down Josh Allen and the Bills. What a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I have officially dubbed Drake's new name to be Drake Himothy Chalamet. So I would like us all to refer to him exclusively as that going forward. Uh, I unfortunately didn't really get to watch the game because I was at work, but let me tell you, I was checking that score like every 3 minutes as much as I could. I was glued to my phone. So
I was watching the whole game, and let me tell you, the first half was pretty boring. Turnovers. It ended 6-3, which was like woo. Still did not feel like we were going to win.
hmm.
And honestly, it didn't feel like we were going to win throughout pretty much the whole game. And then somehow the Patriots pulled. Drake made some insane throws to Stephon Diggs on the sideline. One throw, he was being dragged down by a defender, like by his collar, and managed to get uh, off to Stephon Diggs. Kind of thought it was just going to be intercepted or something, but it worked. It, it was a
Yeah,
beautiful thing.
Stephon Diggs finally looking like he's worth that huge contract we gave him.
Yeah. And I'm honestly impressed. At that age, coming off an ACL, the fact that he's kind of already looking in form,
Hmm.
like, goddamn. Yeah. So, fuck you, Jordan. Bills suck. I'm sorry. It seems that the window has closed. Obviously, the
I'm not gonna go
Patriots
that
are
far.
back on top in the AFC East, and you know what? That's how it be.
I'm sorry. Did you say Hatriots?
I said the Patriots, but I might have misspoken.
Oh no. You
I did not
definitely
say the
could have said
Patriots.
Patriots. I thought you said Hatriots, and I was like, when did we start calling ourselves the Hatriots? I kind of like
Yeah,
it
I'm not
though.
trying to. Yeah, it's not too bad.
It would have been
But
a much better nickname for the Tom Brady Deflategate era of our team
yeah,
when we were still really good and everyone
the
hated
true
us.
hate. Yeah, but yeah, what a game! And now the Patriots are one game behind the Bills in
Yeah,
leading the division,
if
which
we had
we've
just
got the tiebreaker.
if we had just not lost to the god awful Raiders to start the year, we would be atop the division right now.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah.
So good things, big
Patriots
good
sneaky
thing.
dark horse playoff candidates, I think.
I fully agree. And I mean,
Mostly because we have a
we
really easy schedule, in addition to the fact that we're off to a good start.
yeah, kind of a Jaden Daniels type. The Commanders went through a pretty easy schedule and got in and got to
Hmm.
surprise people. But nevertheless, we took down one of the undefeated teams. The other undefeated team, the Eagles, also taken down yesterday by the
Oh yeah,
Broncos. So the Eagles finally started passing the ball more, and it didn't
didn't
work.
work. That didn't work. They should just trade AJ Brown right now.
They should. He's
Like seriously,
unhappy.
they could get
Like,
such a big package for him, and they obviously don't like really need him for that team to be
yeah,
that good. And they have a pretty decent other wide receiver in Devonta Smith. So
he's a, he's a very good wide receiver.
yeah,
Yeah, no, they really. It's shocking that they won't just trade him. But fine.
I
Do
mean,
your
I
thing,
think the
Eagles.
message is clear. The message they're sending is, "Hey, bro, you're on contract. You're under contract with us. We're gonna keep winning football games with you. We don't care if you're not happy. You're stuck here. Sorry."
Yeah. He had a big he had a big pass play that he kind of slowed down on the route on. Like it seemed like he didn't believe he was going to be getting the ball.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, like that's a bad look on Brown, but it also is a little bit of a bad look on the team. Like, man, you've broken this guy. He like he doesn't
He ain't happy.
believe.
He ain't happy where he at right now. So
But way to go. Way to go to the Broncos. We love Bo Nix. Still got to get that jersey. I've been sourcing some different options. I will say. Uh,
But
yeah,
speaking of undefeated teams, Josh, what's the opposite of undefeated?
I would say fully and hopelessly defeated.
Well, surely 5 weeks into the season, Josh, surely every team has won a football game by now.
I mean, yeah, just like basic odds say that you stumbled into a win. Even the Titans stumbled into
Even
a
the
win this
Titans.
week. And when I say stumbled, I mean stumbled. And again, I'll rant about it later. But man, the Jets.
Is there a better team to be 0-5 in football? I don't think so.
Dude, name a more hopelessly defeated organization than the Jets.
Right now, it really might be the Jets, and that's saying something because the Cleveland Browns and the New York Giants still exist. Actually, the whole state city of New York really struggling as a football area right now.
Yeah, it is not a good time to be in there.
They got the Bills, at least.
They got the Bills, but they even the Bill. It was a sad week because the Bill, all of them lost, right? Giants lost. Yeah,
No, I thought the Giants won Jackson Dart this week. Am I tripping? Was that last week?
they won with Jackson Dart. Okay, you give me a quick check
No, they
here.
lost. They lost. They lost to the
Yeah,
Saints. You're
yeah,
right.
they
You're right.
lost to
You're
the
right. You're
Saints.
right. That was last week.
They won. They won last week. Got excited and then proceeded to lose to the Saints, which is bad. That's a bad one.
Go
You
Saints.
know, no Malik Neighbors. It's tougher, but the Saints are, I would say, the worst roster
Yeah.
on in the
I,
NFL,
I
right?
I would agree. The Saints, I mean, they're just in such a tough spot with bad roster, not a lot of cap space, no stable quarterback, not a lot of like young talent on the offensive side of the
Yeah,
ball. Like your best two players are Chris Olave and Alvin Kamara. Alvin Kamara is well past his prime, and Olave with the injury issues. So
yeah.
there's not a lot of bright spots on that team either.
Yeah. I think your bright spot, Taysom Hill is back. Uh,
That's a
Jawan
guy.
Johnson has been flashing,
I mean,
but he's also 28, 29-year-old tight end. Rashid Shaheed had a big old touchdown because that's the thing he does sometimes. But
yeah, and
but
it's
they
like you
beat the
drafted this rookie quarterback who got benched for not benched but lost to the starting job battle for
yeah,
Spencer
that's the
Rattler.
Rattler.
So clearly, my fellow Tyler over there, he's not doing too hot.
Yeah, the fact that he hasn't played yet with how Spencer Rattler's playing, which is wildly serviceable, I guess. But it's bad. And honestly, I am surprised that the Jets lost to them. I do think the Jets have brighter days ahead. You know, Brees Hall looks like he has his juice. Justin Fields comes out of nowhere fantasy wise, like he's a bad, and then he suddenly just runs for down, just sudden points out of nowhere. It's fun
Yeah.
having it, I gotta say.
Also, I just want to point this out because as we were talking about it, I was reading and I had to confirm this is true. Do you know who is currently listed as the Saints' backup quarterback? 'Cause it's not Tyler.
It's not Tyler Shot.
It's Taysom Hill.
That's,
Taysom Hill is currently listed second on the depth chart for the Saints.
I think I saw a fact. I can't confirm where I saw this fact or what exactly it was. But I believe Taysom Hill at quarterback has a better win percentage than any of the quarterbacks on the Saints team or any of the like head coaching staff of the Saints
They should
currently.
they should just the Saints should just give Taysom Hill the Christian McCaffrey treatment. Let him throw like 15 passes a game. Give him like 10 targets. Give him 20
Give it all.
carries. Like just lean on him, man. He's clearly the only thing
Yeah.
you got going for you.
Yeah. Oh, but yeah, the poor Jets. And the Jets go off to Denver next week. I don't think it's going to get much better for.
Yeah, dude. I
Yeah.
mean, look, if you're Aaron Glenn, head coach of the Jets, you should just be grateful it's your first year because that is probably the only reason you are not fired right now. The Jets
Yeah.
have so much talent on that roster for them to be 0-5. And they have played some not great teams. Like they for sure could have a win on their sheet right now.
The Jets they almost beat the Steelers. I believe they almost beat the Buccaneers.
They've had a
Uh,
lot of close games. I will say that. You know, they lost by 6 to the Jets. They lost by 2 to the Bucks, 2 to the Steelers. So, you know,
I believe it was Brees Hall's quote. Yeah, these teams they shoot themselves in the foot, and then we an actual quote by Brees Hall. It kind of sums it up.
I would love to know what that quote is, Josh, because that Ethernet cable has not been hung up.
Damn. Well, he said that the other teams shoot themselves in the foot, and then we shoot ourselves in the head.
Ah, in the head. Got it. Okay, you cut
Yeah,
out like right at that part. A lot of times I'm able
yeah,
to just play it off and like nod along with you, but that time I was
yeah.
like, I kind of need to hear
Got
this.
nothing. Yeah. Uh, Ethernet. Hey, mark my words. Next episode,
It's going to be so
Ethernet.
dope.
Next episode, Ethernet.
Josh, what
On
if I get
on God.
Ethernet before you just to like really flex? Not
You
that I
won't
think
be
I don't
able
even think
to.
I can put my computer like won't even take an Ethernet cable. I don't think so.
Well, mine does, and it will this weekend. It's gonna happen.
So cool.
Yeah. A few other things that happened this week. Really, one other big thing that I wanted to point out was I don't know if you watched the morning game of the London Vikings Browns, but the Vikings won, which is good because the Vikings had a missed field goal,
Hmm.
and this wasn't called in the moment, but they had a field goal that ricocheted off the wires, like hanging the camera across the field, and no one noticed real time because it would have been a re-kick. And it's insane to me that no one noticed.
I have so many questions based on that. Look, my first question is why are there camera cables remotely close to where the football is? It because it was in London and they're not used to having to worry about the ball going that high?
Part of me thinks that. Um,
Like, and then my
I
second
don't know.
question is, don't NFL teams have a whole room of people whose job it is to watch the game and decide when to ask for replays and like when to challenge? What
Yeah,
were
I
they
don't know.
doing during this field goal?
I don't know. But the replay, you can see the wire like shaking as it hits off of it and goes wide right. And it's like, guys,
Somebody
what are we
should
doing?
somebody
What are we
should have
doing
saw
here?
that.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, that's wild.
Anyway, moving on. That's our new. Oh, actually, a big news and notes that came in later. O'Marion Hampton is on IR.
What?
Yeah, O'Marion Hampton on IR for an ankle injury.
This is news to me.
Yeah,
I
this
have
is
him
in
in
the
one of my
last
other
like
leagues.
hour. Yep,
Dang, bro.
yep. Dude, the Chargers are falling apart. They've lost three offensive linemen, three of their best offensive linemen, lost Najee Harris, lost Marion Hampton. Like Herbert
Yeah, so who
is
is
in
the
dire straits.
Chargers' presumed next running back?
I believe Kamani Vidal,
Who?
second
They're
year
gonna
running back that they
think they're
drafted
gonna
last year.
think they're gonna trade for. Yo, you know who they should trade for? Low
You know
key.
a dude? I actually don't know who you say they should trade for.
I was gonna say, are we talking about the same dude?
I don't think we
As
are.
much as like I don't want to lose him, I actually think that Ramondre Stevenson would be a sick addition to the Chargers.
Hmm, I could see that. They could go for a Sean Tucker from the Buccaneers.
Ooh, Sean Tucker
That
would be
guy that
pretty.
people keep saying, "Oh, this guy could be special," and then just never gets the ball.
I think that depends on what the status of Bucky Irving is. I don't think his injury is that serious, but
Yeah.
the risk of
Yeah.
re-aggravation, though.
Dude, apparently he has a shoulder injury. Like he was on crutches and then but his designation is out with a shoulder. So dude's banged up. I don't know exactly what it is.
So something doesn't add up here.
Yeah, dude's beat up.
Dude,
All right.
I know this isn't relevant to our league, but I just gotta say that in my other league, some of the players I have on this roster are Bucky Irving, Ricky Pearsall, CeeDee Lamb, and O'Marion Hampton.
Dude, that sucks, man. There's some rough injuries this year. I mean, there's rough injuries every year.
I was gonna say we say this every year,
Yeah,
bro.
there's rough injuries every year. It keeps happening. Oh yeah, Marion Hampton is a tough loss.
All right.
All right.
Well, Hassan Haskins, it's your time, buddy. That's
Oh,
apparently the next Chargers RB up. So
all right.
here we go.
Go grab like I don't even know. Because anyone who goes in has to know like you don't get the starting job in 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Yeah.
But so it can't be like a big time guy, just a guy.
Dude,
Anyway,
they need a body right now.
yeah. That's all the news and notes. Some other, little fun stuff like Bill Baby had a big week. That was awesome. But that's it for now. Vic, do your goose egg punishment, man.
Yeah.
Technically,
Come
we
on. You're
I
lame,
give a
bro.
1 week timeline. You're pretty lame, dude. Not loving it. Now, main segment this week. We're doing a little time machine. We're taking a look back at this league last year, this time, because it was an interesting one. The big news in week 5 last year, speaking of our dear champion, Victor, was the dropping of Devontae Adams. That shit.
That was wild.
Yeah. It led to one of the most annoying trades of the year, which had took a lot of our time after the podcast when we
A lot of
had
discussion.
a
A lot of
guest
discussion.
on. Yep. And it also led to a keeper. Devontae Adams was kept this year by Simmons, by the bongside kicks. He's helped them a little bit, not enough.
I mean, he's been
But
pretty good.
yeah.
That team's just struggling.
Yeah. But yeah. Thankfully, no crazy drops this year, and that's a plus. Also, this time last year, we were talking about collegiate running back Ashton Janty, who at the time had 1,000 yards on 91 carries in 5 games, which is fucking absurd.
They're like
Again.
Derrick Henry's high school stat level.
Yeah. Dude, this is people were saying a couple weeks in, yeah, he's from Boise State. No competition. He can't do it. I don't care. when I look at a stat like that, and it's any level of competition, like of course he's gonna be fun. It's over 10 yards a carry,
Yeah, dude, and like
over 91 carries.
Boise State is still a Division 1 FBS program. You know, like this isn't
Yeah,
FCS, this isn't D3. Like, and well,
and
Janty's starting to hit his stride a little bit in the NFL now. So
he's looked good. The team around him has looked garbage.
yeah, if he didn't have one of the worst offensive lines in the league,
Yeah. And honestly, Geno Smith, I would argue, is one of the worst quarterbacks in the league right now.
he
He
is
has been throwing
playing like one of the worst
interceptions.
quarterbacks in the league.
I I agree, but that does tend to mean like I love Geno Smith, but as someone that was saying like, dude, Sam Darnold is not going to work on the Seahawks. He's going to be pressured and bad. Nah, I like Geno Smith on the Raiders. Like that, absolutely the opposite of what I think is going to happen. Geno Smith has been so bad for them. The offensive line is awful, and Janty is he got like 7 targets this last game.
Hmm.
Like he is being forced into a premier role in that offense, even though it is a shit offense.
We love that for our dude Ashton.
Yeah. Speaking of the running backs, and a running back that is has just started playing now, I believe. Last year we were discussing how ETN and that's just a nice little callback to when how bad ETN really was, and what a turnaround Liam Cohen has made.
Mm.
At least on the run game. I feel like that's one of the big payoffs of the year with the Jaguars.
I mean, Jags are looking pretty decent to start the year. We'll see how they fare against the Chiefs tonight, but yeah, Trevor Lawrence has looked like super okay
Yeah, he's
ish.
looked the exact same he's looked for his entire career, which is like, eh,
Yeah, dude. Well, I think the whole thing with Trevor Lawrence is his year 1 to 2 progression was like a huge step. Like his second year was like such a clear advancement from his first year. People were like, "Oh, here, this is what Trevor Lawrence was all about." Like
there
he
we
was a
go.
stud coming out of college, and then he kind of just like hard plateaued after that.
Yeah, generational talents, man. I don't trust them, except running backs.
Yeah,
Generational
just
talent running backs, they're good, usually.
yeah, quarterback is just so difficult to predict. You know.
Yeah. Caleb Williams, Trevor Lawrence, Marvin Harrison Jr., all the generational can't miss. Well, guess what?
You could miss.
Yeah. Meanwhile, yeah, we just had game against the game between Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield, the two guys that were like on the practice squad of the Panthers.
Oh my gosh, crazy,
Yeah,
crazy. They had both those guys, and they said,
yeah.
nah, Bryce Young.
They, they lit it up. It was awesome. It was the best game of the week.
Yeah,
Like,
dude.
man, dude,
You know,
it's crazy.
tell me if you feel this comparison, but the way Trevor Lawrence's career is trending right now is giving me like big Andy Dalton vibes. Like Andy Dalton was the
Yeah,
quarterback for the Bengals for like a decade. He was never bad that you were like, oh, they need a new quarterback. But he was like never good enough where you were like, oh, he's their guy. He's their stud. Trevor Lawrence is like kind of starting to fall into that like real just mid. Yeah, you're good enough, I
um,
guess.
yeah. And dude, he's been such a problem for the pass catchers. I mean, Brian Thomas Jr. is still being doing so bad. Uh, I don't know. It's just rough, but we'll
But
see.
they're
Hey,
3-1
maybe
somehow, so
dude, turnovers. Their defense has been forcing turnovers. Like here, most they have. Bum, 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 bum.
Hit me with the stat. Hit me with the stat.
Let's see. Give me. Let's get the most interception. Is it only 4 interceptions? I thought they had more, honestly. Let's try fumbles.
Unimpressed. Unimpressed by 4.
Yeah. You know what? Is this right? Yeah, they also have 4 fumble recoveries.
8 turnovers in 4
Eight
games is pretty
turnovers
good.
in 4 games is not
Pretty
bad.
solid.
They have their guy, they have Travis Hunter who hasn't been. But I think it's going to take a while for him to become something truly. But I do think that he's going to be, getting better as it goes on. And actually, that brings up the trivia of the night.
Heck yeah,
Uh,
I'm ready.
because Travis Hunter, playing as a wide receiver slash cornerback, has
Mm-hmm.
has a good 7 tackles on the year. It's only 7. Uh,
It's not a lot.
I'm wondering what wide receiver has the most tackles this year aside from Travis Hunter. And as a hint, I'll tell you, he got the majority of them this week.
Okay, well, that hint doesn't really help me. Maybe
Yeah.
it does. Okay, so my school of thinking here, right, is you're not going to ask me to name some like 6-string wide receiver playing special teams. So
No.
my guess is that this has got to be a guy who's getting his tackles because his quarterback is throwing interceptions. Which means that the quarterbacks I'm thinking of are Geno Smith, Joe Flacco. Jake Browning has to have at least 6 because he's thrown 2 3-interception games.
For the record, Dylan Gabriel actually started for the Browns, not Joe Flacco.
Yeah, but Joe Flacco still. Oh, but you said he had most of his his tackles this week. Ooh, because I think Joe Flacco still had like 6 interceptions before.
Yeah, no, he was booty cheeks.
Okay, okay. So
Fun,
now
fun
I'm
Browns
thinking.
fact. With Joe Flacco, the Browns had a worse EPA per dropback, or yeah, whatever that is, whatever the stat is, like success per
Mhm.
dropback, than their time with Deshaun Watson. The known worst offense of the Browns was actually even worse this year so far. That's all. Judkins has helped.
All right, so now I'm between the Raiders and the Bengals. Raiders guys I'm thinking of would be like maybe like Jacoby Myers, maybe Dante Thornton, because I like Dante Thornton. That would be a guy I could name. I mean, Bengals guys, I don't know. I mean, T. Higgins and Jamar are on the field the most. Man, I feel like I could just be given all this logic and I could be completely off right now. I'm gonna guess
You could
Dante
be.
Thornton though.
Hmm. Your logic was there. I think the piece of logic you were missing was if this is a guy that got the touchdowns or the guy that got the tackles on interceptions, he's the guy that probably was targeted. So you got to find the guy that's targeted a lot. Jamar Chase has the second
It's
has the
Jamar
most
Chase.
tackles of any wide receiver in the league that isn't also playing a defensive. He had 3 tackles this week on all 3 of Jake Brown's. Which means, fun fact, Andrew got 4.5 points off of Jamar Chase's 3 solo tackles this week in the league.
Hey yo.
Yeah, fun little tidbit.
I'm both amazed that I was in the ballpark of the correct answer and that the points for tackles was relevant to anybody except Travis Hunter.
Yeah, it didn't affect the match, but it was huh, that's
That
kind of
is
crazy.
that is pretty wild, dude. That's
Yeah.
pretty wild.
As a follow-up, what wide receiver has the most career tackles? Out of curiosity, Don't spend
What
too much time on this.
what wide receiver has the most career tackles?
Yeah,
It's got to be Matthew Slater.
it's Matthew Slater.
And I would,
139 career
and I'm gonna
tackles.
guess that number two is like not that close.
You know what? It's not that far. I mean, it's like 16 off. It's a guy, Kasim Osgood. I don't actually know him. Probably another special teams guy. After that is Joshua Cribbs, who's down at 91.
That makes sense. Cribbs is playing a lot of special teams for a long, long time.
Yeah. But Matthew Slater has a crazy amount of games played compared to them. He has 239 games played versus Osgood, who has 123 games played,
Oh,
which is kind of insane.
all right.
Yeah.
Go Matthew
Dude,
Slater though.
the longevity. Love
Love
it.
me some Matthew Slater.
Yeah. Just a nice little Patriots fun fact.
Great
But the
trivia
yeah,
question
Jamar
this week,
Chase, man.
Josh. I liked that one.
Thank
That was a
you.
really good
Thank
one.
you. Thank you. Now, what else happened last year? We're
Yeah,
one
that's
week
what we're
from Drake
talking
May's
about.
first start, dude.
Drake May. Cool.
Uh,
Love
yep.
that.
It was Drake's season.
Drake
Now
Timothy Chalamet,
it's
Josh.
Drake. Well, back then it was Drake May.
Oh,
Now,
this is true. This is true. Back then, it was Drake May.
yeah, it was Drake. It was Drake May's first start. Now we got to see Drake Timothy Chalamet's first start, and so that's a lovely thing.
So cool.
Whoever has Drake May now has to give him the nickname in Sleeper, right?
I absolutely think so. I'm gonna figure out who it is. I feel like it's Sam.
I don't know if he kept him. Did he?
He didn't. Oh no, he did actually keep him.
Oh, all right. Drake Timothy Chalamet. Currently, it's May the Force.
That's
It's
pretty
okay.
great too. That's pretty great too.
Pretty good. It's pretty good. But speaking of him, dude, Aaron Rodgers hate club this time last year got the down bad manager of the years that we used to do
Mm-hmm.
for having 100% start sit accuracy because the entire either out. If you watched our podcast last week, there's a chance that happens again for them with how thin their roster is.
Real thin indeed. Yeah, I'm gonna put the this graphic up on the screen so you can all take a quick look at it. But it is shocking the amount of teams that are almost identical or are identical in record from this year to last year.
Yeah.
And if I do end up losing to Gabe tonight, every team that had a winning record at this point last year will have a winning record at this point this year, and vice versa. Which,
Except She Love My McConkey.
oh, except
She
Sheila
Love My McConkey.
Bamakaki, yes.
Yeah, was
That is
2
the
and 3
one
this time
exception.
last year, and is currently 4 and 1. Where does he get those wins from? Well, that's from your boy. Basement Gremlins were 5 and 0 last year. You may remember my meteoric rise, but oh, so terrible fall as I backed my way into the playoff. I'm now 3 and 2, so 2 of my wins gone, 2 of his wins there, and actually aside from that, yeah, we have Big Steve's Big Ballers was 1 and 4. They're 0 and 5 now. Aaron Rodgers Hate Club was 1 and 4. Now they're 2 and 3. And that's the only difference. That
Yeah,
I've
but
just
then
named the 4 teams that would be different.
yeah, and then you get Bongside Kicks, 1 and 4 both this year and last year. Notorious Scoundrels, 4 and 1. Mud Dogs, 4 and 1. And then, like I said, depending on how the Grannies Dragons matchup shakes out tonight, could be the same story there.
Yeah, dude. Oh, how does Victor do it? How does he keep getting away with this, man?
Like I said, I'm fully on the wave of he just knows something none of us do. And it's not coincidence at this point. He's just better than all of us at fantasy football. I'm convinced.
He knew Baker Mayfield had that dog. He had that dog in him.
Baker Mayfield is like easily, possibly my favorite player in the league besides Drake May. I think right now. I love Baker
honestly
Mayfield so
agree.
much.
I love him. He's so fun.
So much.
He's so great. And Emeka Egbuka is awesome. I mean, the connection they have is fucking phenomenal, and it
Mm-hmm.
makes me sad
Mm-hmm.
because I have Chris Godwin in another league, but I don't
Yeah.
care. Ibuka is great. Yeah,
I
what a
also love Pop Douglas, but he's becoming a little less relevant for the Pats offense this year.
yeah, he's doing less. I'm a
That's
big fan
still
of
my
Harold
dude.
Fannin now. Big Harold Fannin guy.
I snatched him up in one of my other leagues. He's pretty solid, bro. And what a great
Yeah.
name, Harold Fannin. Oh yeah,
Harold Fannin, it just works. That and Bill. We love Bill.
dude.
But yeah. Oh, good times. I can't believe that everything is shaking out so similarly.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Maybe we'll revisit this segment later in the year. See later in the season how
Yeah.
closely aligned things still are. And
Yeah.
just as a note, as we continue to do our segments, if you guys like them, comment that shit, bro.
Yeah.
Please.
Also,
You guys
comment
haven't
with
been
segments.
commenting as much this year. I know you guys are watching because you guys will text me and say things about parts of the show that proved that you watched it. Leave a comment. Tell me that you watched this part.
Honestly,
And
please
also,
do.
subscribe. If though I suppose the people who aren't subscribed probably didn't make it to this point in the podcast, but again, the fact that there are 3 of you who have still not subscribed to the pod, what are we doing?
On that note, if you're subscribed, sound off in the chat. Let's call out the people that aren't subscribed.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's time to witch hunt these
Let's
fuckers.
figure out who it is. I'm gonna find out somehow. I don't
No,
know
no,
how,
no.
but I will.
Wait, this is how. Just have everyone that is subscribed say it. Bang.
Anyway,
Witch hunt. Yeah,
that's our
anyway.
time capsule.
Yeah. And hey, also comment segments that you want us to do because, ideas aren't always there.
We
And
might do that.
sometimes
Yeah.
we're given good ideas. Such as last year when Slosh told me, hey, you should rank every job. And what a great segment that was. I still use that tier list when referring to other Joshes in the wild.
I
Like
know
if,
you do.
yeah,
You just casually drop it in a conversation like it's not a super niche weird thing to talk
I will
about.
casually say like, yeah, that's a Radnor tier Josh.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Okay,
and I really
buddy.
stand by it. Like, yeah, I like it.
I've truly
Anyway,
never met somebody who's so passionate about their name.
yeah, it's fun. It's a good time. And I like that it seems to be shared because again, there was a battle royale for it. Like I'm the battle royale for the Josh battle royale. It happened like 5, 6 years ago. Bunch of Joshes got together in Kansas and like just fought it out with pool noodles to see who was the supreme Josh.
Of course that happened.
Yeah,
Why wouldn't I know about this massive world event that
it was
happened
a big
5 years
thing.
ago?
It was a big thing. Look it up. The winner was dubbed this. It was this 4-year-old kid named Josh. He was pronounced as the
Really?
true Josh.
Really?
Yeah,
All
yeah.
the Joshes got together and fought and the winner was Josh?
The winner
Never
was this
saw.
Josh guy. Yeah,
Never predicted that one.
that dude was a Hoy tier Josh.
Is that the top tier? Is Hoy?
I believe so. Yeah,
I thought it was Gordon.
I think I put Gordon under Hoy.
I didn't remember there even be. I mean, obviously, if there is a Hoy tier, that's the top tier. I just kind of forgot that there was a Hoy tier as
To be
well.
honest, I think there is because that's my username in Sleeper now. Is Hoy tier Josh?
I'll fact check this later.
Yeah. Anyway, next segment. Moving on. Because you know what else happened last year around
What
this
happened
time?
last year, Josh?
Robert Sala got fired. He was the first head coach fired of the year.
What? Oh no!
Dude, there are some coaches that have to be fired. And I
Really,
just
this
want
year,
like
bro? Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, this year and I just want to run through, we love gambling. Let's look at the betting odds. Current betting favorite is Brian Callahan, who just led his Titans to a win over Jonathan Gannon's Cardinals. Jonathan Gannon is plus 3,300 right now. I think Callahan can live another day, if I'm being honest.
I agree.
Now, who's your, like, if you had to choose one coach to get fired, who do you think it would be?
Honestly, it's tough. Um, Brian DeBall, especially with Malik Neighbors out, I think is in danger because I think when they get to the end of this year, depending on the status of Jackson Dart, if they're looking at Jackson Dart as like this could be our guy for the future, they got to decide: do we want this to be the partnership of Jackson and Brian, or do we want to get somebody else in here to try to bring up this young quarterback? Um, I got a feeling Brian DeBall's still going to lose his job at the end of this year, unless
Will he
they
get
really
fired
feel
mid-season though? Someone's
maybe,
getting fired mid-season, like definitely.
maybe. I would say no, then it's not going to be him. Kevin Stefanski is another one where I do think the Browns need to move on at this point. Stefanski's a great coach, but I think it's just like a mutually at this point, you got to shake something up in the organization.
Yeah.
But again, I don't think that one would happen mid-season.
I personally, I have my choice
I think
because I. What do you think?
I think it's gonna be Mike McDaniel.
That's my choice. I think he is the. I just think he's a bad head coach, honestly. I think he's a good
I
offensive
agree.
coordinator, but any head coach with Tua would know to, you know, push to have a better backup quarterback, have a plan when Tua went down to get a backup quarterback, would probably be able to create a better locker room atmosphere. Shit show that the Dolphins were with Tyreek Hill. I just feel like they've been
Yeah.
mismanaged at a coaching level so hard when they have actually a pretty good personnel. Uh,
You know, a
yeah,
name I don't see on this list is Aaron Glenn.
yeah, he was not in the betting odds that in my recent search.
I mean, I guess yeah, it's his first year with the team, bro. But that team has so much talent, and to start 0-5 is like, oh god, that's bad.
Bad, bad. 0-5, and for first year, but also at you look at that, there's almost a lemon law type thing that's like maybe it is just you realize you need to move on early. I like I still think there's a chance for Aaron Glenn. What honestly shocks me is how bad the Jets defense is. Like it
Mm,
almost I can see more Lions in their offense, like a Lion-esque offense going on than I
mm,
see any competence in the defense, which
mm.
is what really surprises me. So I don't know what he's really adding.
Yeah, neither do I. They're underperforming pretty severely right now. Going back to Mike McDaniel, I honestly think the only reason that he's been a head coach this long is he just had a very talented roster and just kept managing to win enough games where no one like really questioned it. And now that the division's getting a little tougher with the Patriots kind of being relevant competition. And yes, the Jets are 0-5, but I think they're a much better team than that 0-5 suggests. I think with increased talent in the AFC as a whole in terms of teams and a diminishing talented roster, especially with the issues with Tyreek Hill, I think his lack of an ability to lead an organization and develop a culture is starting to show more and more.
Yeah. Like back in it was 2023, the year of like insane success on the Dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were putting up 56 points and Raheem Mostert scored touchdowns and HN was scoring touchdowns and it went crazy and everyone was just dude, it's Tua Tua's just behind the wheel of a fast sports car and that's it. Just everyone is really fucking fast and it works. And I feel like Mike McDaniel came in and was like, what super fast, and it worked. And then people just probably figured out, hey, they're just fast. And Mike
Mm-hmm.
McDaniel didn't change anything and has I don't know what he's added.
Yeah. At this point in his career with the Dolphins, too, like, he's 29-29. Like, for all the success that they had, they haven't, like, actually accomplished anything. I don't
Yeah,
think they
they
ever
fell
won
off.
a playoff game under him,
Mhm.
so.
Yeah. So, yeah, he'd be my pick to go. Dave Canales maybe because the Bryce Young experiment is failing pretty hard, and
Mm.
I mean, and they also are one of the worst defenses in the league. So, like, maybe it's time to cut Dave Canales so that someone else can take a whack. It's completely ruined. Um,
Yeah, I'm interested to
yeah.
know how much the Panthers still have faith in Bryce Young to be like their guy because Young is in his third year now, and year three kind of tends to be like the make or break year for quarterbacks.
Yeah, and it's not coming together. Like he just does not look like their guy. Who knows? Maybe he'll go to another team and be a guy, but
I'm not hopeful
we
for it.
saw those flashes and they just dropped off. But yeah, my pick is still Jonathan is Mike McDaniels, but I also just really want Jonathan Gannon fired. Again, I'll go into it soon. Moving on to the bed shitter and the big man. Uh both of these are going to go out to some running backs because the bed shitter had his first bad game of the season. And I mean, what are you going to do? You face a good, you're going to do worse. The Josh's fucking shit fuck. This one's sponsored by Harpoon. Thank you, Harpoon, for awesome, awesome opportunity to talk about your beer on this segment. Shitter of the week. I think I forgot bed is.
That's kind of bullshit. You kind of started the segment and then circled back to do an intro.
Yeah, I forgot that you needed to edit.
No, I was really like, "Ooh, he didn't say shit. I'm not gonna say nothing," and then you doubled down on it.
Double down. Yeah, if you want, you can just throw a giant Harpoon logo over the screen for that, and I'd accept that as the. Just cover my whole face as I'm talking. Harpoon. Ideally, actually, it's a pasted video of you drinking Harpoon just in front of me.
Oh,
None of the
me specifically
subtitles.
drinking harpoon.
Specifically, you just sideways drinking a Harpoon, covering me talking. For the entirety of this segment, actually. Still going.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. Anyway, it's James Cook, y'all. He had a rough game. He didn't get a touchdown during the game against the Patriots. And I mean, it showed. He was one of the PowerPoints, power spots, PowerPoints of Granny's Gold Galleon
Mm.
that we talked about in the power rankings with Jonathan Taylor and James Cook, the number 1 and 2 running backs. And he faced a good team and it did not go his way. You kind of have to wonder. They faced the Ravens, one of the worst defenses in the league. They faced the. Who else did they face? What was the Bills' schedule so far?
Jets, Dolphins, Patriots, Saints, Ravens.
Okay, so you list those teams. Those have not been some of the best defenses. The
Or
Dolphins,
teams.
yeah, the Jets. Um, I'm not calling out the Bills as a whole, but they might they've had some pretty easy games going in there 4-0. In fact, every one of those teams, except for the Patriots, is 1-4, right?
Well, no, Josh.
Yeah.
The Jets are 0-5, so
Sorry, 1-4 or worse. So, running backs tend to do better when your team is winning. What do you know? He did well on that. He shit the bed on this one.
he shit
Yeah.
the big time for grannies because before that Bills Patriots game, I was like, dude, I'm cooked. Like, there's no way I'm gonna win this game. And then for Cook to only have whatever he had, like 7 points or something like that.
Took
That
had
is the only.
5.9.
He had 12. Still. Oh,
5.9.
5.9.
Yeah.
See, so he's the only reason I have a chance to win tonight. So yeah, and I kind of think that might be one of the faults for grannies is when you had two guys you're really relying on and one of them doesn't show up, makes things a lot
Yeah.
closer, makes things a little bit dicier, but
Yeah.
still might finesse the
Current,
win from me. So we're gonna see.
currently looking good. Kelsey has a touchdown, and Xavier Worthy does
Are you
not.
serious? Yeah, we were just talking about this. I was literally staring at the Travis Kelsey anytime touchdown score line for like 10 minutes, bro.
You should have done it,
Taylor
dude.
Swift just
He
talked
just.
about how big his dick is. It was his
I was
birthday.
gonna say,
I was
man,
like, I should
his
have
love is
locked
the
this
key.
shit in.
Dude,
Damn
did you
it.
listen to? I mean, you've listened to that song, right?
Of course.
Of course. It's the only one of her songs that I listened to because obviously I heard what it was about and had to see like surely it's not that egregious. Holy Taylor. Taylor,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah, Taylor's reminding us she's an adult and she don't care no more.
Yeah. I heard there was a there's her Easter eggs. And the song is 2 minutes and 30 seconds long. So there's speculation that that is in millimeters, 230, the length of Mr. Kelsey's wood.
What is 230 millimeters in inches? I can't
About
do.
9 inches. Who could say?
I have no comment.
you,
That's
yeah.
it's not
Well, who
average,
knows?
right?
No, that's 3 times more than what you need, I heard.
Okay, that's good.
That's
That's good.
yeah, that's like overkill, overkill. Like if that's uncomfortable, bad, you're bad if you have that. Yep. Anyway, speaking of which, the big man of the week.
Yeah, this
Big man
guy.
of the week, sponsored by Wood. Shout the song. We gotta give the shout out. Dude, Rico fucking Dowdle. Chuba Hubbard is out. Rico Dowdle comes in for these Panthers and tears it the fuck up.
Bro, ridiculous.
Like, now it was the Dolphins, I believe, right?
Yeah.
It's not, it's again not a great defense, but 206 yards, 234 yards, both the max of the season so far. I mean, look at him go. Way to
Who
go,
would have thought
Rico
Rico
Dowdle.
Dowdle could have a 200-yard rushing game? That wasn't on my bingo card, let me tell you.
No, and it has She Love My McConkey absolutely decimating Big Steve's big ballers. Who McConkey is currently projected for 216 points compared to Steve's 100. Um, there's a chance Steve's points gets doubled by McConkey. It currently is. So, yeah, we'll see if this continues paying off for him. But, between Ibuka popping off, Rico Dowdle, Jamar Chase getting some tackles in there, dude, he had a good week. Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of balled out.
That-
Sorry, Big Steve.
Sorry, Big Steve, man.
What does Big Steve's Big Ballers and the Jets have in common? Not winning.
No, they both have. This is
Zero
the problem.
wins.
He doesn't have any jets. He needs a jet.
They both have 5 losses.
Yay. Yep. Woody Marks might have been a red herring, guys. Any of you that were excited about Woody Marks? He was also a potential bed shitter. He
Yeah,
had 2.9 points.
I'm pretty happy I didn't end up with Woody Marks because I put in quite a bit for him and didn't get him. So
I put in everything I had for Woody Marks. Thankfully, I didn't have that much left because I spent that all on Jake Browning. So,
also, do you know what Woody's real name is?
no.
It's Jaquavius.
Jaquavius.
J-O apostrophe Quavious. Joquavious.
Oh, Quavius.
Joquavious. Is it Joquavious?
Not a chance. It's definitely Jaquavius.
He could be French. You don't know.
Dude, he's playing NFL. Name a Frenchman that in the NFL. Pierre Garcon.
Fred
Never
Jackson
mind.
was maybe Canadian or something.
Oh, okay. All
I
right.
don't even think it's Fred
That does it
Jackson. I
for the
think I'm
bench
thinking of
hitter and the
somebody
big man.
else.
Tyler, you want to take us into a little bit of degenerate?
Yeah, y'all know what time it is. It's time for the degenerate gambling corner. Winning money, losing money, doing it together. It's all about the experience. It's about the friends we make along the way and the money that we bet.
Lose.
But this week, oh, let me tell you, we actually hit something this week. We back. We back, baby. Buccaneers plus 7.5 and the over. Turns out you could have just taken the money line straight up and like over 60. You would have been great. Great week for betting. Coming back to
Beautiful.
this week, I don't like this week either. I know I said this last week. The reason I don't like this week is different though. Last week there were a lot of close games. This week, the lines are just not good. Because a lot of the games, there's a clear favorite, which makes the lines unattractive. But for a lot of those clear favorites, there's like a little inkling of like, I don't trust this. Like I told you, Colts Cardinals, I don't trust it. Denver Jets, I'm not trusting that either. There's quite a few of these games this week that I am hesitant to bet on. So, what are we going to do? We're going to bet on the Detroit Lions. They're on the road at Kansas City. This is a very interesting game. I feel like the Lions are clearly the better team here, though depending on how Kansas City performs tonight against Jacksonville, that could very much alter my feelings towards this game. But the fact that this is being considered basically a 50-50 game right now, both teams have negative lines. The Lions are sitting at minus 106. I think there's a lot of value in just betting that money line straight up. But to get something similar without having to take the Lions as a clear winner, you can bet on the Lions plus 7.5, which I do think this is going to be a very close game either way. I think a one-score game is very doable for the Lions. I also think this is going to be a high-scoring game, so we're going to take an over of 47.5. Could be a little bit dicey, but based on how the Lions' offense and defense has performed this season, I think that there's a really good chance. I feel like that the Chiefs' offense has been looking a little bit better too. So I'm feeling pretty good about going over on that 47.5. Pair that with the plus 7.5 Lions. You get plus 102. Josh, how are we feeling?
I like it, dude. Bet on the Lions. I should have bet on the Lions this week. I was thinking like, yeah, they're gonna blow them out, and they love running up the score. I should just bet on like the Lions line easily. Didn't do it. I was afraid, and yeah, would have made money. I
Would have made
don't
money.
think there's much more I would bet on this week super safely. I have no faith in the Cardinals. I Colts are going to beat the Cardinals. You can listen to Tyler or you can listen to me. I will give a guarantee the Colts are beating the fucking.
Before you decide which of us you want to listen to, I'd advise that you let us get into our next segment, which we
Yeah,
will get to. But
we will. I want to give a shout out to my betting prowess, where last week I told you that Seahawks wide receivers were going to score touchdowns because the Buccaneers have a good run defense and a bad defense. And I said, Torrey Horton has a nose for the end zone. And wouldn't you know, Torrey Horton getting the anytime touchdown. Did I actually put money on it? No, I should have. So listen to me. That's all.
Josh, who's going to score a touchdown this week? Who do you got?
Oh, that's a good question. Hold on. Give me like 2 seconds. Da, 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 da. Let me check these games. I'm going to
I got a
say
line. If George Pickens' touchdown is positive, take it. I doubt it will be positive, but if it is, take it.
Yeah, if that's positive, then you absolutely should go for it. George Pickens, that's you should take that.
What is it right now?
It's plus 105.
I love that. Lock that in.
I'll take
George
that.
Pickens 2 touchdowns.
George Pickens, 2 touchdowns, currently at plus 600.
Ah,
That's a bit much, or a bit low. Ted McMillan is plus 155. Do not trust that quite.
no,
I,
God no, God no.
you know what? I'll give my gonna get a touchdown to one Quentin Johnston at plus 165 against the
Mm,
Dolphins.
mm. I think you'd be
I
a
think
smart man to
that's going
listen
to
to
be
Josh on
happening.
that one.
Yeah. That'll be my yeah, I'll start doing just lock it in anytime. Why not?
Hell yeah.
And I think Quentin Johnston will be getting a touchdown. All right. Pick him.
It's time.
Um,
Josh, you wanna
dude,
kick this one off? You wanna?
dude, I fucking hate everything. I no, I don't hate everything. I hate Gannon. I hate dude. All right. Let me set the scene. Set the scene. I have a busy day. I'm out and about. Finally, I get to sit down. I get to watch some football. I just throw Red Zone on. Whatever. I'm sitting. Not too much going on in that Cardinals game. I see a touchdown here, a touchdown. It's like, all right, yeah, it's Cardinals Titans. Cardinals are winning. It's like 22-6. Banger. I choose the Cardinals as my pick 'em. I'm like, finally, I'm gonna be on the board. Because you know what? Titans suck. Literally quoting Cam Ward again. To keep it a buck, we ass. They're garbage.
They are mega
And
ass.
I'm like, all right. Well, I'm gonna take off. I'm gonna go visit my buddy Slot of the Wu County Polar Bear. We're gonna go. We're gonna watch the Patriots. I'm gonna have a great time. It's a nice hour drive. I don't need to pay attention to the NBA. I get there. I'm talking. I'm shooting the shit. 5 minutes in. He's he's. I mentioned that I picked the Cardinals in the pick, and he's like, oh, you didn't pay, did you pay attention to the games on your ride over? What? I look down. There's a notification on my phone. An upset, it says. Holy fucking. Okay, let's talk about this. Let's talk about what everything that had to happen for this to occur. Cardinals are up 22-6. Now, I'm going to have Tyler put a screenshot up right now. I have it. It's a simple screenshot. It's a picture of our lovely Amari DiMercato running into the end zone. The score, 22-6. I don't know. I'm not going to look at it right now. You would think, wow, that team's about to go up. They're about to go up by like 3 touchdowns. No, because you know what Amari DiMercato did? Just pop that ball out of his hand and touchback. Give it to the Titans. Well, the Titans' offense isn't that good anymore. Well, you know what we should do? They're going to throw an interception. Success. But what we should do is we should fumble the ball. And then we should fight them for the ball, kick the ball into the end zone, and then they can get it. Tyler Lockett falls on that ball in the end zone, and they get a touchdown through an interception that they threw. Okay.
Hey, yo, I forgot Tyler Lockett was on the Titans.
Yeah, he got a touchdown today. So then, you're still up. You're still winning. What do? Well, you have Trey McBride, one of the best tight ends in the league. You have Marvin Harrison Jr. Kyler Murray comes back into the game. He left the game after face. That's, forget about that. You run it with Michael Carter. That practice squad running back that you had. You trust him to run out the clock. You don't run out the clock because it's Michael Carter. And so the Titans get the ball back. And then it's like, well, what can they do? Oh, they just sling the ball down the field. They just get Tony Pollard gets a fucking touchdown. And Calvin Ridley gets a long pass. And they get somehow, some way. You get they win in the last quarter, and it's fucking dumb, and I'm cursed, and you should bet on whatever team is facing the team I pick. And you know what that team is this week? Because I know that you're not taking it, you should bet on the Cardinals. Because I'm taking the Colts versus.
All right. Josh is
That's
taking
it.
the Colts.
That's all.
A little bit of an update for everyone here. The guests picked Cowboys, moved to 3-0. I picked the Colts, moved to 3-0.
Wait, the guests did not pick the Cowboys. That is not true. The guests took the Broncos.
I'm talking about previous week, Josh.
Oh, well, the guests chose the Broncos this week.
Yes. Guests are 3-0. I'm 3-0. You heard Josh's fiasco. Josh is not 3-0.
I'm 3-0. What do me and the Jets and Steve have in common?
Not winning. But yes, Josh is right. This week, the guests are taking the Broncos over the Jets. Personally, not the choice I would have made. As I said, something about the Jets are better than that 0-5 record suggests. Broncos do seem to be hitting their stride a little bit more, but I'm a little nervous going on the road for that game. Can the Broncos get it done? We're going to find out. Josh is taking the Colts, who are at home, I believe, against the Cardinals.
Yes.
And that leaves me. This is a team I think that's pretty mediocre. I think this is a solid week for me to pick them, though. I do get a little nervous in divisional rivalry games, but I've made my choice. I'm going to go with the Steelers at home with the Browns visiting. The Steelers are expecting to get back one of their outside linebackers, very talented pass rusher, this week. So should he come back, there should be a very winnable game for the Steelers. I don't love to say good things about Aaron Rodgers, but I actually think that he's playing pretty well there. I think that he is doing what the team needs him to do to win football games. And yeah, I'm going to pick the Steelers to get it done this week against the Browns.
I don't know, man. Dylan Gabriel might tear up that Steelers defense. Steelers defense has not looked that good. Maybe with this outside linebacker, there'll be something. But
neither is the Browns' offense.
Well, Dylan Gabriel it was his first game, and it was in London. So,
and he played football for sure. He did.
He did. Quinshon Judkins, though. That's a
Quinshon Judkins looking good. That is a bright spot on the Browns for sure.
Good.
Right now. And I mean, Dylan Gabriel didn't play bad in his first game either. You know.
No, looked like a solid game manager. He's not a.
Yeah.
I mean, what do we want him to be? You know, he's not going to be much.
Yeah.
Dude's 5'11".
His best receiver is Jerry Jeudy, or perhaps Harold Fannin.
Yeah. Well, yeah. All right. Well, that does it.
And that's everything.
I got my rant out. Dude, fuck the Cardinals, man.
Josh was really holding that in for the whole time.
I was really holding that in. Dude, come on. I choose the Falcons, the Panthers shut them out. I choose the Niners. Who did they even lose to?
I don't remember. Oh, the Rams?
No, the Rams beat the Niners this week.
Yeah. Which that was your other pick, so hey, at least you can find solace in knowing that you didn't psych yourself out.
Yeah, sure dodged that one. Oh, they lost to the Jaguars.
Oh, that's right. Who the Jags
because
are now
they turned the ball over an insane amount of times.
Yeah, dude.
It was because Brock Purdy threw 2 interceptions in that. And I think there was also a fumble. but whatever. And then yeah, and then I choose the Cardinals and fucking I just don't I don't know. Fire them all. Fire Callahan, fire Gannon, I don't care. Vrabel's awesome though. Dude, I love Vrabel. So glad he's our coach now.
I also love Mike Rabel.
All right. That's all, guys. Have a good night. Victor, you owe us a punishment. And set your fucking lineup because you do owe the. So, goodbye, everybody.